Come on, Kash Doll. Let's go. Good girl. Calm down. Come on. Katie, come on now. Come on with the bullshit, man. Come on. Come on. You ain't gonna be able to keep doing. Hey, what are you doing? Quick. Oh, that's a stick. I thought that was some shit, man. I was gonna say, what you doing? But KD, she's a mess like that, man. She tries to pick up everything she comes across. She got to have something in her mouth. I think she's gonna be a good one. My people already had a little accident with her brother. He got out and got off the chain, ran straight into their prospect. He said he worked that prospect. And they just puppies. I'm thinking in about 9-10 months. I can't remember when they was born. May. They were born in May. They were born in May. May 20-something, I think. That's Kash Doll. KD. This is now you know I'm not active, but if I was active, if you was active, would you go into your own stock? I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Would you go into a son of one of your dogs? Nah. That's a lose-lose situation. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had some pups about this age. Well, they was about this age, maybe a little younger. And they wasn't all the way started, but they was like halfway started. This is like back in the 90s, way back in the 90s. Of course, I'm not into that kind of shit no more. But this was way back in like the 90s. And I had left them in the yard together because I could do that. You know what I mean? So I came home. They was in the yard loose. I came home. They was chained up. They was all busted up and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I'm knowing I'm mad as hell. You know what I mean? What the hell didn't happen? So my neighbor told me, he like, oh man, your little friend, the little young guy with the afro. He said he was out here by your yard. Rest in peace, my homie Dante. He had rolled my dogs, man. Rolled my 2 dogs. Cause like I said, they was halfway started. All you had to do was say something. If you said something, they'll go right into each other. They was litter mates. You know what I mean? Like if you just said something, said the right thing, they was going into each other. And he knew that. So he gonna tell me, no, I didn't know they was going, oh, it was an accident. I'm gonna beat him up. You know what I mean? But my wife was right there. She, oh, leave him alone. He's too young, all this. But I was mad because he was young, but he was big. You know, he was big enough. He just was a shorty. Let me get out their way. They got a little dog. I don't know how Kash Doll gonna act. I'm sure she's still on puppy time. But like I said, I don't know. Her little mate brother had already had an accident. How you doing? Good. No. Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that for several reasons. For one, I don't know. She's acting all, you know, frisky, but she might grab that motherfucker, for all I know. And then for 2, I don't know what your dog, man. I don't know if you wormed your dog, if your dog got some type of disease and all that shit. I don't want my dog and your dog sniffing, period. Even if my dog was friendly. Or even if she is, she's still a puppy. So I don't know if she is or she ain't. You know, I don't let her out with other dogs just because I don't know. Come on. She done, you know, got too old to be running around with other dogs. You never know. But yeah, little homie, Rip, Dante, Little crazy little motherfucker. That dude was crazy. It's one thing I loved about him. He was down for whatever. If he knew you was gonna back him, he'd do whatever. You know what I mean? Like he would do whatever as long as he knew that you was on his team. And that's what I loved about him. But what I didn't love was shit like that, like him rolling my dogs. You know what I mean? How y'all doing? My homeboy, I got another homie who's my age, grown as me. So one day I hear my dogs going crazy. This is back in the 90s too. I hear my dogs going crazy, right? They going bananas. So I go to the window, look out there. You know, there's a couple windows in my house where I can see over the whole backyard. So I go to the window, look out there. I see my homeboy done let one of my dogs out, and he's finna let the other one out. You know what I mean? So I holler, I'm like, Wimp, man, what the fuck you doing, man? So I run out there. We could have gotten a fight. I was that mad. I was furious. You know what I mean? He like, I wasn't finna let him do nothing, but I know him. You know what I mean? That's the kind of shit he'll do. You know what I mean? You know, back in them days, he would do some shit like my other kennel partner. He upstairs like in the shower or something, in the bathroom or something. Oh no, he up in his room or something. I don't know where he was. But next thing you know, he got dogs rolling in his kitchen. Cause Wimp claimed he accidentally let the dog that was in the garage in the house. Man, that wasn't no accident. That's my dude. I love him. That's my homie. But he used to do bullshit like that. I look out there, he finna roll my dogs, man. Come on. I learned my lesson about leaving dogs that you think are, cool. Cause this what happened. Boom. I had 2 dogs in the kennels. They were separate. I had 4 kennels. They was 18 feet long, 6 feet wide. Well, one of them was 20 feet long. The other 3 was 18 feet long, 6 feet wide. Was it 3 or 4? Yeah, it was 4. It was 4. Boom. So I had the 2 males in the 2 kennels furthest apart. Then I had a female loose running the yard. So my phones are downstairs blowing up. I might have told this story before, but my phones are downstairs blowing up. They blowing up crazy. My nasty, freaky, perverted ass. I'm in the house, up in my room on the laptop, watching porno. So I finally say, man, something, after about a half hour, 40 minutes, I'm fine. That's how long I was watching porno. Ain't that ridiculous? So after that long, and my phone's still blowing up, I go down there and answer the phone. Boom. My neighbor like, man, you need to get out here. Your dogs, they killing each other. Woo, woo, all this, all that. Man, I get out there. When I get out there, both males are stretched. They're exhausted. They done. You know what I mean? They spent for sure. So one of them, he's laid way over there. He's stretched out. At first, I couldn't find him. You know what I mean? So I find him. He's stretched out. He's all fucked up. I rushed him to the bed. I had to put him down. But then the other 2, my other male, he's stretched out too. But the bitch is standing over him. And anytime he moves, she's going in on him. You know what I mean? If he breathes too hard, she going in on him. So I can only imagine that the female got into it with one of the males through the fence. Once that happened, he made his way out of there. You know what I mean? The fence came up, the gate didn't open. You know how it was a chain, they was chain link. This was before I learned my lesson about chain link too. This is part of what helped me learn my lesson. But that wasn't the only accident I had with them dogs. Diwa and Ready hated each other with a passion. I had a dog named Ready for whatever, and I had a dog named Diwa. I used to call him Diwa. Quit, and I just called Ready. But they hated each other with a passion. So I had a few accidents with them. But anywho, so that's what I imagine happened. That she Peanut, the female, quit, don't be eating that. The female's name was Peanut. So I imagine Peanut and one of the males got into it through the fence. He made his way out the fence, and all of that excited the other male, and of course he came out of there. You know, and they ended up killing Diwa. Well, they didn't kill him. They bunched him up. I had to put him down. I took him to the vet. They like, you know, you got to put him down. His eye was hanging out. You know, his legs and shit was all fucked. They bust him up real good. I was mad. I was so mad at myself and so disappointed in myself, man. Because I should have done better. Period. You know what I mean? You know, by that time I had dogs for a long ass time. That might wasn't even the 90s. That might was like 2000, 2001. No, matter of fact, it had to be later than that. Because that's when me and my wife was living there. So that had to be about 03. No, hell no. That had to be later than that. That must was like, cause I'm thinking, I think I bought Diwa in 05, either 04 or 05. I flew out to Arizona and bought Diwa. Diwa was a Pierre Patrick's male. I went to Patrick's yard and got Diwa. Yep, so that had to be about 05, 06, something like that. Yep, 05, 06, 07, up in there somewhere. I don't know, I was going to the same vet I go now. But anyway, yeah, man. I don't know what made that pop in my head. I guess I was looking at her and I thought of Dante rolling my dogs. He's so out of pocket, rolling my pups. It was about her age, 8, 9 months, somewhere up in there. Miss Payne and Miss Thang. And I remember now Miss Thang was already started. She was like one of them dogs that came out started. And she used to bully Miss Payne. But Miss Payne was, she loved to work though, you know what I mean? So one day they had a basketball. We was in my backyard. I'm out there working the dog, you know, just playing with them and shit. They just puppies, so I ain't gonna say working them. I'm out there playing with them. They're tug of warring over the basketball. So, you know, they're like moving all over the yard. And the shit was crazy because it was like simultaneously they both let it go and they just went into each other. Boom, right there on the yard. And Miss Payne showed to be a hell of a dog. Now Miss Thang, we ended up losing Miss Thang. Somebody stole her. They stole Miss Thang and they stole Smoke. Come on, to this day, I think it was this nigga that was he used to be my stepbrother. Come on. My mom and his dad was married for some years. But he would still be my stepbrother if he hadn't, but he did some bullshit. Him and some other cats tried to rob my brother. Like, we grew up together. Me and his birthdays are 2 days apart. Mine's the 11th, his the 13th. We had, I don't know if y'all did this, but in my world, if you're like siblings or first cousins and shit like that and y'all birthdays that close, quit, get out of that. A lot of the times, y'all have a birthday party together. Y'all share parties. So me and him had parties together forever. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. To this day, I think that's who stole the dog. Because Smoke was he was stranger aggressive. He would bite. You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't just bite for no reason, but he was stranger aggressive. If he didn't know you, you wouldn't. And to be honest, I don't know how anybody got him off the chain. I was almost the only person who could take him off the chain. So I imagine they used Miss Thang to calm him down. They used that female to calm him down, get him off. Smoke was a beast. He was a beast. He was a beast. He was a hell of a bulldog. He wasn't the most attractive. He was an ugly motherfucker, but he was hard. Good girl. But yeah, it was halfway warm today too, man. I guess 40 degrees, 39 degrees. I wish I'd have got out here earlier. It was like over 40. It was really warm out. But you know how it be. Had a lot to do today. Pedigree will be in the description. I mean, I doubt anybody's still watching it 15 minutes in and I ain't doing nothing but walking dog. Come on. But we finna be on that. It would be dope if somehow we could do some shit where we all out walking our dogs at the same time and we all on the screen though. You know what I mean? Kind of like 7-8 and then how they got the panel and they all be on there talking. It'd be dope if you could be like everybody be fucking with their dogs actually while they on there and just chopping it, you know, interacting with each other somehow. That would be dope. I'm not real computer savvy, so I wouldn't know how to hook nothing like that up. But there she go, KD, Kash Doll. Somebody asked about her actually when I walked Jet the other day, or yesterday. That was just yesterday. When I was walking Jet yesterday, somebody asked about Kash Doll. So Weedy's coming in heat. So I'm gonna send for Weedy. Now, it's not often we do back-to-back breeding, but I'm gonna breed her again. I just got a picture from my guy of his dog dead. He say the vet overdosed his dog. He had to rush, take his dog to the vet. He felt like the vet gave him too much of whatever he gave him. The dog died. I'm surprised he was able to take one of his dogs. He'd be in the field. Hey, hold on. Put that down, man. Don't be picking shit up and swallowing it, girl. She's finna eat that. Like an asshole. Come on, girl. We'll go down a couple more blocks before we turn around. My truck is about half a mile back. Come on. Damn, you ain't gonna slow down? Damn, sister. You about to run a brother over on here. Alright, y'all. I'm going to hang this up. Put this camera down so I can get on, put my hands in my pocket. Shit.